Hello everybody, welcome back to another just Dragon Ball video. First time I'm not doing any sort of game. Today we're going to be doing something very, very special for you all. So let me explain something to you all, okay? So this year, I rewatched through the entirety of canon Dragon Ball with a good friend of mine. And here's the twist. I've been a fan for like, what, 10 plus years? I know the series in and out. This is so familiar to me. My friend, though, this was their first time ever seeing it. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. For this case, I'll just give a pseudonym of John Doe. Hi.
Yeah, this is a synonym, John Doe.
Pseudonym?
Tsunami John Doe. That's what this person is.
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
but
folks.
they're going to be joining me here today to rank every single canon arc throughout the Dragon Ball franchise. So,
Yep.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Alrighty, starting with OG Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
okay.
Pilaf.
Oh, it's a toughie because I think when stacked against everything else, it's definitely can be one of the weaker ends of original Dragon Ball. However, it is a much better start than a lot of other animes. I would argue that. I don't know. I want you to give your opinion first, because I can kind of build off yours.
So, Pilaf arc is very complicated for me, because you could very much tell it's not an arc made with, like, a grander series in mind. Mm-hmm. It's just supposed to be just, like, one-off little, like, gag-centric little story that Toriyama made. And it really shows, because it's not that serious at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't take itself very seriously. And that's fine. A lot of OG Dragon Ball is very silly like that, but I just feel like the show hadn't landed its mark yet, and, you know, we don't have to talk about it specifically, but I'm sure we all know there are jokes in this arc that I hate to this day, and have pretty much tainted the series forever when it is such a small part of the overall franchise. And it makes it hard to recommend this show. It makes it hard to revisit it, specifically because that stuff, like, I don't want to see that, and I don't want other people seeing that. So it's always been difficult for me to want to recommend OG Dragon Ball specifically because of that. But I do think there are moments in the arc that I think the humor does work. I think Bulma is great in this arc. I think Yamcha is great in this arc, and I think Goku's great in this arc. Everyone else pretty much sucks. Oh, and of course, the Pilaf gang. They are great.
We cannot discredit the amazing Pilaf gang.
They're goats, bro.
Absolute
They're goats.
Dude, I mean it. Anytime the Pilaf gang shows up post that arc, I am absolutely cheering for them. I absolutely loved it. When they showed back up in Super, I fucking lost it. I was like, the Pilaf gang! Yeah!
Yeah, so I think actually Pilaf gang, I will give them this. They were an excellent first introduction to the series because they weren't some, like, technically, obviously Pilaf was going for world domination.
Yeah.
Right, but him himself is not like a world-ending threat. He's just a silly villain that fits a silly show.
Silly little goblin guy. We love him.
Yeah, so Pilaf arc, unfortunately not the strongest thing in the whole world to me. So personally, I'm thinking around like this area. Like
I think 5 out of 10. I think 5 out of 10 is a bit of a better one for me because I think some of those jokes land like fuck, but then like half of the time those jokes do not land whatsoever.
Yeah, like Toriyama really was like tipsy topsy here with with the humor. I mean, some of it was just like, okay, dude, stop. Yeah. And then like there's some jokes in that section I think are also really good. Like I think like in episode 2, like when Bulma was just talking about like normal human things and Goku just does not understand it whatsoever. Like that stuff's actually really great.
No, I totally agree. Alrighty. 21st World Tournament. Oh,
World Tournament announcer. You want to tell them about the name you gave him?
Okay. So during the arc, I had asked if they gave a name to the World Tournament announcer because I thought, oh, they show up during like other games and stuff because me and D had been playing a little bit of Sparking Zero.
Yeah, that's the only prior knowledge they had of the series at all was that they saw me playing Sparking Zero. We played a little bit together. That was it.
And so I jokingly said this announcer guy, we got to give him a name, and I just came up with Todd, and it felt like such a natural fit. And it's to the point where throughout the series, we did not refer to him as the World Tournament Announcer guy. We just called him Todd.
Yeah, honestly,
And
I sometimes forget that that's just not his actual name.
they really isn't.
One of these days, I'm going to slip up and say that in front of someone, and they're going to go, huh?
Yeah, it's so funny, but I feel like it's deserved. He's one of my favorite new characters of the arc, but yeah, like it's just been an ongoing bit. But it's a good little.
All right.
Yes. Anyways,
before we give this arc an actual good review, we have to get out of the way. Nom.
Yes.
Nom is our GOAT.
He's
Okay.
the strongest in the verse, folks.
Dude, you don't understand. We are the #1 Nom Glazers on the planet.
Oh. Dude, any chance we get when Nom or Nom-related things show up, we, like, immediately are like, Nom would have taken him. Nom would have got him.
Dude, we love Nom, man. It's so weird. But on a previous rewatch, not with my friend here, just a previous rewatch from, like, maybe, like, 2 years ago, it had been the first time in a while I'd seen OG Dragon Ball, and when the Nom scenes would happen, there would be like flashbacks to his little brother, and his little brother would say, "Big brother, I'm so thirsty." Right? That's what happens in the flashback.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but in my mind, that happens like 9 times in 5 episodes. Right? So when this started happening, I brought it up to my friend, and I was like, yeah. He keeps having these flashbacks with like, I'm so thirsty, right? And I don't know why, but we just thought it was so funny. And the funniest part to me is it didn't even happen that many times. It was just like 4, right? Which is perfectly fine. Most animes would do it 15 times.
Yeah.
But I don't know why it was funnier to imagine that literally anything happens. This guy has a flashback to, please, I need this. My village is kind of thirsty. So yeah, we've been Nom Glazers for better part of like a whole year now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's just get that out of the way. So the actual review of the arc. So this arc mostly starts with Goku meeting up with Roshi.
Yeah.
We meet up with Launch. They do the training.
I love Launch. Launch is one of my
Launch
favorite.
is great. Super. I think. Did not get enough love, honestly, throughout the whole franchise.
No.
But Launch is a great character.
No, she's cool. I always liked her, like, switcheroo from going from, like, this really, like, stereotypical, like, woman sort of thing of, like, oh, you know, I gotta be so dainty and stuff, like, and then going to, like, a literal, like, outlaw and, like, just by sneezing. I thought that was such a clever little thing that was just, like, I don't know, she's kind of cool.
Like, the way I put it is that Launch is a perfect Toriyama bit. It really is. That is a good Toriyama bit.
Agreed.
Then the training arc itself is also super iconic. One of the most iconic training arcs in all of anime.
No, it really gives some shine to Roshi, who, like, I'm gonna be honest, I like a lot of the good points of Roshi, but yeah, like, for most, everyone knows that, like, for most of the series, Roshi has the whole stereotype of, you know, pervy dude and all that, but I think during the training portion and during, like, the tournament arcs of the show, I think Roshi really shines as a character, and I think that really shows in the 21st World Tournament.
I will admit, some people, they said this is their top 1 arc ever, and the thing is, I get that. I see the strengths; they're so strong.
I totally validate that.
I think the only part of this arc that for me doesn't hit as hard to like make it like, oh, this is the best arc in Dragon Ball, because it really could have been, is the fact that besides this arc struggles a little bit with having the characters besides our main characters be interesting.
Yes.
Nam is the only one that is interesting.
Yeah, Nam is like, unironically, like, apart from the Nam glazing we typically do, Nam is unironically, like, a really interesting character.
Yeah, like, we like Nam.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
he was a good part of that arc.
Yeah.
But like, bro, we don't give a fuck about Garen, bro.
Like who
or Ran fan, bro.
Fucking Bacterian.
Who
cares about Bacterian?
Like that stuff isn't phenomenal, but Yamcha versus Roshi, good. Not the most memorable fight ever, but that stuff's good. Krillin versus Jackie Chan, my bad.
You got a huge
I did not mean to expose him like that. That's a good fight, but I can't lie when I say that Goku versus Jackie Chan is such
Oh.
an amazing highlight of a fight that it carries the whole thing.
Dude, I was fucking losing it during that fight. I think that was like the first real fight in the show that I was like, holy shit, I'm seeing some major potential here. But I really think that 21st World Tournament really showed what Dragon Ball could do as a story. I think for that reason alone, I think it deserves like at least an 8.
Yeah, I think it's like 8, 9 material.
8, 9 material. I would go with an 8 because it's not the strongest, and I think when you compare it to some of the other arcs that come later with OG Dragon Ball, it kind of gets outshined. However, for what it is, I think it is a really solid arc and a great way to sort of really get the ball rolling for the show.
Let's get the pace. I agree, honestly.
Yeah.
We're going to pick up the pace a little bit with Red Ribbon Arc, because let's be honest, this is maybe our most controversial take about OG Dragon Ball, but we are not the biggest fans of this arc. No.
I did not like the Red Ribbon Arc. I really did not like it. It really felt so repetitive in a lot of its themes. Obviously, I want to put forth that the one major point with Oob... No, not Oob. Why did I say Oob? Oob doesn't...
Oopa. It's Oopa.
Okay, that's why. Oopa, yeah. So with Oopa...
His father, Bora.
Bora, his father. I'm surprised, like, we actually know the names of those characters.
No, after the glazing that we've done, I can never forget Oopa, bro.
We can't forget Oopa. So, Oopa, Bora, and Mercenary Tao Pai Pai. I think that whole fight, that whole thing, as well as with damn his name, the cat, Korin, yes.
That is 10 out of 10 material. Like, that is perfect Dragon Ball shit right now.
Every bit of that. Tao Pai Pai is probably one of my favorite antagonists.
He was like the first like genuine like really big threat of the show,
and he was kind of funny too. I won't even lie.
Yeah, like this is good.
This is good. Everything else I kind of thought was it's kind of Like, I will say in defense of everything else in the arc, Ader's pretty cool. I won't lie. I like Ader.
I don't know if I mentioned it before, but because I'm so familiar with the canon material, I've read the manga dozens and dozens of times. We specifically skipped portions of the show where I knew it was non-canon, where it was filler, right? And it was kind of insane that, like, when we cut the filler off from this arc, that's the majority of this arc.
Yeah, it's rough.
The Muscle Tower, that section was Ninja Murasaki we did not care for. General Blue, oh my god, bro, we did not care. We were just not that invested. And I wasn't a big fan of the jokes there either. Some of you may know. Not gonna say it. But the Tile Pai Pai stuff, that's genuinely some of the best shit from OG Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I understand why people are so obsessed with this fight. I know you guys fucking on Twitter. You guys love this fight.
No.
And it's that, the final Red Ribbon Army base attack, like, that's fine. Like, that, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, most of this arc for me, it's just, So, I think overall, I'm thinking like a 6 or 5.
Fair. 6 is fair for me.
Genuinely, without Tao Pai Pai, this would be like a 3, but
it really would be. But yeah, no, Tao's fight is phenomenal. Is so phenomenal. Oh boy!
Can we just make this one real quick?
Yeah.
We did not like this all that much.
No.
I think the Grandpa Gohan section.
Yes.
That's phenomenal stuff.
Excellently written.
Brings a nice close to that, the thing that was set up in the very first episode about Goku going on this journey to find... Let me rephrase. This is a really great conclusion for the Red Ribbon arc, because the whole reason why he goes on that journey is to find his grandpa again, which is, for him, the 4-star Dragon Ball. But in the process... actually meets his grandpa. Or sees his grandpa again. That is really great storytelling. I love it. It's a wonderful payoff and a great ending to essentially the first half of OG Dragon Ball. I think that right there, phenomenal stuff. Everything else, I did not give a fuck!
It was so bad. Every fight, I was just like, please
Wrap
let it
it
end.
up!
Please let it end. Please. But it's really hard.
We didn't give a fuck about I don't know, the Mummy Man and Devil Man and the Invisible Man and the little vampire thing. I'm not kidding. The most memorable thing from any of those fights was Oopa hitting a fucking cross T-pose and going, "You're just a big baby!"
And summoning the power of the Lord.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
It was the funniest thing, because that, like, genuinely means that Christianity is canon to Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I think this is very easily like a 3.
Yeah, give it a 3. Give it a 3.
We did not care, bro.
If it did not have the Grandpa Gohan fight, it genuinely would be a
It'd be a 1. Fuck this arc.
1.
All right,
now we're in a mind.
Now we're in maybe the most legendary run of arcs in the history of anime,
yes.
bro.
All right. So for me, 22nd World Tournament is, and I know you personally are more of a 23rd, but in my opinion, 22nd is one of my personal favorites to watch. And maybe it's just because I really enjoyed some of the fights in the 22nd, but I really enjoyed the 22nd. There was it made it built upon what made the 21st so good.
I agree.
And made it so much better.
Some people don't want to admit it, but I think this arc does everything 21st did, but better. I think you can maybe argue that Goku versus Jackie Chan is, like, thematically a tiny bit stronger, but, like, everything else is better.
I can't lie. Tien as an antagonist is one of my favorite characters in OG Dragon Ball. I really like Tien's story. Also, just having the homunculus known as Chaozu there is...
We love Chaozu,
We love Chaozu!
We love Chaozu!
Number 1, Chaozu lovers. He can do this.
He can do this!
But I mean it. Some of those fights had me, like... What caught me off guard was when Yamcha was up against Tien.
Oh my god,
Yamcha's just fucking...
This is what we need to talk about. Some of the most underrated fights in the franchise are in this tournament. Goku versus Krillin, Tien versus Yamcha. These are phenomenal, bro. Like, and the final fight, oh my god. Up to this point, this is the best fight we've ever seen from the series.
And it's one of those fights that I love in the series when it is... Oh, excuse me. When it is one of those fights that's literally bar for bar of each character fighting, and it is just so equally matched that you don't know what's gonna happen. And seeing that literally it came down to, like, the truck.
Truck!
It was insane. I fucking lost it when it ended like that. It was phenomenal. The animation for its time was so neat.
For sure.
Oh my god, so many. I honestly be willing to give that like a 9.
For me, this is like a 10.
10 works.
I don't think this will be the highest arc by the end.
No.
But to me, this is a damn near flawless Dragon Ball arc. I don't have any problems with it.
I have a few, but I'm also like kind of critical of things where it leads me to be a little bit more critical. But
and like, here's the thing, like, even the low points of the arc, like, let's say like, Man Wolf or something.
Man Wolf was kind of funny though.
At least those are gag fights that are a little bit better than like fucking, I don't know, Ran Fan. That shit was just weird.
I won't lie, Man Wolf was kind of funny though. Like it was a pretty entertaining.
It's a good bit. It's a good bit.
Oh boy, Demon King Piccolo.
This is my fucking GOAT right here.
Oh, put this man in sparking right now.
January, watch. I'm telling you right now. I'm from the future. It's happening in January.
Alrighty.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, this arc is complicated to me because this is the first time Toriyama makes a antagonist centric arc, and unfortunately the cracks show a tiny bit. Like I think the parts about this arc that are bad are undeniable. There's no like but this it's just it's there. It's unfortunate and it kind of ruins part of the experience.
It's a little rough.
Besides that. Oh my god, Demon King Piccolo is a goated villain, bro!
Dude, he was tearing through the protagonist like it was nothing. It was hot knife to butter type shit.
Okay, I love that his plan centered around specifically murdering martial artists And the way he does that is through people who participated in the tournament. Like,
Yeah.
that is a great follow-up
Yeah,
from this stuff. That's amazing.
like-
and the surprise of the Krillin death at the start, like, that's crazy stuff, too.
That was in my opinion, that's such a great way to transition from one arc to the other, in a sense, is going from something where it almost seamlessly transitions. I really like Demon King Piccolo. I won't even lie.
Yeah.
He is a fucking menace, and I love him for it.
We also got Yajirobe. Yajirobe.
Yajirobe!
We also love Yajirobe here.
Yajirobe.
We love him.
We misquote the name because if anybody knows the Speedy dub, they
It's
call
so
him
insane.
Yajirobe in it. And
I
so
heard you had butt injuries that I brought into.
but yeah, I think I'm trying
Okay,
to,
I think like the one main
Yeah.
point I want to bring up before we move on, because it's mostly self-explanatory.
It's
Like
very
he fights the villain, he loses, he fights again later after a power up, he wins. You're right,
yeah.
and it's good. It's good. I
Yeah.
just that divine water shit. That is
Oh,
the literal. I'm not even kidding. There's nothing I hate more in the
Oh.
entire original run.
don't
The
bring
divine
it up.
water.
The
That's so dumb.
water.
Like, how do you make the single best training section of OG Dragon Ball and turn it on its head and make it the worst thing ever? Like, it's so bad. But I will give this one thing. For me, Demon King Piccolo killing Shenron, like, if you're going in blind, for me, that is the single most terrifying thing a Dragon Ball villain has ever done.
No, when I first saw that happen, I was just like, holy shit, what the fuck? He killed God.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel possible, right? Because we have villains later on do technically more malicious shit, like, oh, I blew up planets, I blew up the world.
Yeah.
Right? But there's just something about that specifically, it just feels wrong.
Yeah.
For Dragon. It just doesn't feel possible. Like, you
no,
killed Shenron, bro.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it was crazy.
I think that is the most terrifying thing a Dragon Ball villain has
Yeah.
ever done, and nothing will ever match that.
Dude, it was so shocking.
I really like Demon King Piccolo. He's one of my favorite villains.
So
Great
where
stuff.
we wanting to put that one?
Unfortunately, due to its shortcomings and some of the writing here and there, I think this can't go any higher than like an 8. I think it's like a low 8.
I agree. 8 out of 10. I feel that.
Yeah, man. But this so easily could have been a 9 or a 10. But
It really could have.
that fucking divine water, I hate that.
However, the next arc. Ooh.
Alright.
Ooh.
All right, let me introduce this
I will
one.
let you.
You guys might know this if you follow me on my socials. Because I glaze this fucking arc every damn day. For me, 23rd World Tournament is my favorite arc in Dragon Ball history. I think this is flawless. And maybe the scale of it isn't as large as some of these. That's perfectly fine to me. But this arc for me is the perfect representation, and there's no better finale for the OG Dragon Ball run than this arc for me. But yeah, you can go ahead and start talking about it.
Oh,
but yeah, man.
the fights.
You're gonna have to fight me hard.
The fights in this one were so good. And I will say, first off, I think the overall, like, the variety of the fights, because you would go from, like, one that would be, a little easy. You'd have one that would be surprising, like the one that got me was Kami versus Yamcha. That one I was like,
That's the thing. This is the only tournament where I think there's not a single miss in terms of fight. There
really isn't.
There's always some either the fight is great or there's some sort of twist, right? Like Tao Pai Pai having to face up against Tien, so Tien having to face his past. That's good stuff.
That's good.
The surprise with Chi-Chi coming back and them getting married, good stuff. The surprise that fucking, what's his name? I don't remember what they call him in the dub. I think it's like Hero or something. Hero, I think. That's what they call him.
I think it was Hero. Yeah, it was Hero.
Forgive me, I don't remember his Japanese name at the moment, my bad. But that secretly being Kami, that's a crazy twist. His fight with Yamcha's phenomenal. Piccolo versus Krillin is also underrated. I love that this is genuinely the best fight Krillin has ever put up in any fight.
Yeah.
Really great stuff. So just the preliminaries are phenomenal. Then Goku versus Tien, I can't believe it. This is the only fucking rematch that is maybe just as good as their original. Like, I know maybe it doesn't stick out too much in your mind, but that rematch that they had was so good. And I'm not kidding. That moment where Goku takes off the weighted clothing and he shows how fast he really is, that is one of my favorite moments in the OG run.
That was
I
a good
love
one.
that moment.
I vividly remember
and the rest of the fight is so good, man.
It was a good one. And then obviously we have to mention the world's #1 aura farmer, Ma Jr.
Piccolo Jr. my fucking... Guys, you don't understand. Ma Jr. is like my favorite thing Dragon Ball ever, bro. I love Ma Jr., bro. He's just a little shithead. And he just loves aura farming.
Dude, like when he first appeared, like when it actually got to the arc, not when he was a kid, but like when he first showed up, like that was so cool. What the hell?
Yeah.
In that final fight.
Okay. I won't go into excessive detail about the fight since I'm sure half of you have seen it. I'm messing. But I won't go into excessive detail about the fight itself. But for me, this is the best Rin Toriyama fight like of all time, because I'm totally stealing words from I think like totally not Mark but there is no louder declaration of who Goku is as a character than this fight. He fights despite no matter how dirty his opponent is playing, he's trying to fight fairly on the even playing field. And it literally does not matter how close to the wire it becomes. He refuses to accept help because it's not in the tournament rules. I love that shit. And for me, there's no there's no better moment in OG Dragon Ball than Goku finally getting the title of strongest under the heavens after defeating the world's biggest threat yet. Like, doing them both simultaneously, it's perfect. I love it, and their fight is amazing, dude. I love the choreography. The strategies are awesome. The way Goku constantly has to outplay Piccolo in his dirty strategies. It is phenomenal. This will always stand as my favorite Dragon Ball fight of all time, man.
Yeah, I give that a 10. I give it a 10 out of 10.
It's a 10. it's a 10.
It's a really solid arc, honestly.
Maybe it won't stay as like the top 10, but for me, it's like...
It's going to be hard once we get to Z.
For me, no one could ever tell me it isn't a 10 out of 10 arc.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Alrighty. Now we're to Z, baby.
Yeah, the Saiyan arc!
Yes.
One thing I want to clarify, and again, I don't care who gets upset at this, because I care a lot about accuracy and keeping to the source material. When I showed my friend here, the show, we watched Kai. And fun fact, it was my first time viewing Kai. My whole life, I had read the manga, and I had only seen the original Z anime. And I'll be honest, the original Z anime kind of pissed me off with all its filler and the wrong dialogue all the time. So I was super excited to watch Kai because, unrelated to the list, it's everything I wanted. It's a more manga accurate version of the show with the correct dialogue, and it's very modern as well. It's very modern. It's very good. But that aside, yeah, these are going to be the Kai versions of it, which it's the same story. It's the manga story, so I don't care, guys, if you're like, no, but you didn't watch the episode where Nappa blew up a fucking aircraft? We don't care. Yeah, Saiyan arc. This is Dragon Ball, bro. Like, this is good-ass Dragon Ball.
Agreed. I mean it. Just going in, starting up with this, and getting the bombshell that, yeah, Goku's not anywhere near human. He is, in fact, an alien from a species. And then also seeing the Bardock thing at the start as well.
That's a Kai original, and again, works really well.
I really liked it, but it was mainly just because I'd seen something prior.
Yes.
Yes. Let us see who will win.
Yeah, but it's kind of easy to forget now that we're so entranced and deep into Dragon Ball, but it's kind of unbelievable that Toriyama can make a twist like this, and he made it work, and it became the staple of the entire franchise, basically.
Yeah.
Was this twist. Like, I want you to imagine your fucking favorite anime, and if out of nowhere fucking alien showed up and said, by the way, your main character is an alien too. Like, 99% of the time, that's gonna turn like shit. Like, that sounds like dog water.
Yeah.
But this makes it work.
Yeah.
Piccolo and Goku teaming up for Raditz, that's great stuff. Just underrated fight. Really good stuff.
No, it shocked me when, obviously, like, Goku dies. Like, that was, like...
For me, that is such a brilliant way to start off Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
Because, something that has been set up before is the fact that you can only get revived by Shenron once.
Mm-hmm.
So, starting this, journey of Dragon Ball Z, and the very first thing that happens is Goku uses up his, like, one-time get-out-of-jail-free card. Obviously, it gets redacted later, but let's not talk about that. At least we're talking about in the moment, at least. That is how you build good tension, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we know Goku's coming back, but he doesn't get another chance again. Right?
Yeah.
And the Saiyan invasion stuff, okay. People love to talk about Goku versus Vegeta, or even Goku versus Nappa. That is great stuff. Phenomenal. 10 out of 10, right? But I feel like what people underrate a little bit is that section where they gotta hold off till Goku gets there. I do not remember it being that intense. Like, there was way more, like, strategizing, and, like, it was just so much more intense than I remember, and I was so into it, even though I knew what was happening. Like, it was like, I forgot how good it was, bro. They cooked.
And then, like, literally almost all of the Z fighters just ending up dead by the end of the run of episodes. I was like,
yeah, dude, it's scary, man.
Yeah, no.
It's scary. It's good.
Yeah.
The tension is so good here. And, of course, I love Piccolo's development. I mean, like, what's more thematically beautiful than the thing that, like, stops him from wanting to fucking kill and dominate Goku? Wait. Is his own son, right? Like, that's great stuff. And Piccolo sacrificing himself, another great moment. Or King, we love him.
Yeah. And then also the introduction of Kaioken. I really like Kaioken. I think Kaioken
so awesome.
Is such a neat power-up.
I love that it has an actual drawback. That's something that's kind of missing from most modern, like, techniques or forms or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Love it a lot.
Yep.
Goku getting his beat down on Nappa, oh my god, that shit was so satisfying. It was so good.
Too bad it's Sunday. Nappa's getting in the shit beat
Too
out
bad
of him.
it's Sunday. Or no, we love referencing Ocean Dub. Yeah, Ocean
Dub. The Ocean
Too bad
Dub.
it's Sunday. Those buildings would have been filled up tomorrow. And then how else can we forget? Like, we were trapped on planet Rygold, and your father did this.
Your father was an average fighter, but
a brilliant scientist. And then, okay, I don't know if it's just me, but, like, Goku versus Vegeta, don't get me wrong, is a 10 out of 10 fight, but out of every 10 out of 10 fight in the series, it's not the one I would always rate the highest. I do think, it's like comparing, I don't know, like gold to diamonds, basically, is the way I put it. It's like,
it really is.
Really is. I don't know if it's a little bit of a controversial opinion. I'm not, like, don't get me wrong, I acknowledge this is like a 10 out of 10 fight, but for me, it's not the highest 10 out of 10 fight.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I low-key like these two better. Okay? Yeah. I'll fight anybody on that. But I think it's time to rate this arc.
We think we want to do like a 9 or 10.
This is an easy 9.
Yeah, I think nine's a little bit better for it. Yeah.
The thing is, it's like I just don't really have problems with this arc, man. Like, this is just a good ass arc of Dragon Ball, man.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Now we get to my personal favorite arc, the Frieza saga.
I'll let you talk about this one.
Right. So, mind you, everything that has occurred, currently, Goku is basically alone at this point with really only Gohan, and Krillin's still alive. Yes, Krillin's still alive. I'm trying to remember, I'm recalling all of this now. Mm-hmm. But then, like, the plot thread of Vegeta saying, "Oh, Namekian," at Piccolo, it sets up this really cool story arc later on that I'm like, he is an alien. What's up with that? What's up with that? What's going on with that? And then, like, to see literally the next arc, yep, we're gonna develop on that plot point. I'm gonna be honest, I love the Frieza Force. The Frieza Force is such a fun group of characters. You have, like, obviously the wonderful goofballs, the one, the only Ginyu Force. I love the Ginyu Force.
I honestly I like the Ginyu Force a lot more this watch around. Like for me, they've always been iconic characters from Dragon Ball, but I was never like huge fans of them. But like this is the first viewing where I was like, you know what, like yeah, I get it, man, I get it. He was cooking. Like for me, like another great example of how to make a great Toriyama like antagonist. They managed to be actual threats and still be silly characters.
Exactly.
And the silliness does not take away from how terrifying they are for both the viewers and the actual characters. Great stuff. Like that, you know, like that's the Toriyama special, bro. Yeah. He does that great.
Another thing that I wanted to point out as well, Vegeta gets crazy good, like, development this arc.
Yeah.
I think.
I'll be honest, like, yeah, Goku kind of steals the show towards the end, but, like, the first, like, half of this arc is Vegeta's. Like, this is his story, bro.
Yeah.
He's the one who's cooking.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then, obviously, the one, the only, the galaxy's greatest tyrant, Frieza. Frieza is my favorite antagonist of the whole series. I know that there are better ones, but Frieza is so deliciously evil and petty, and I love every second that he is on screen. His many forms are so neat to analyze. The fourth form is really clean, obviously. Like, it's iconic. But I love the fight between Frieza and Goku. That fight for me, anytime I'm like, what do you think is Dragon Ball? Like, if I were to describe Dragon Ball, I think that fight would best emblematic so much of why the fights in this series are so good. Because not only is there, you know, we got our hype moments in Aura, but there's so many good writing pieces. I mean, at that point at the end of the battle where Frieza is just begging for mercy to Goku, and it's like, please, spare me, and Goku gives in. Goku is a merciful person, and at heart, there is still that good that shines out, even during the, you know, being Super Saiyan. And Frieza, being the petty-ass coward he is, takes advantage of that and tries to get one up on Goku. And Goku's like, you fool, you wasted your chance to get out of this and live, so I am going to fucking kill you now, and then blast him. And it's just, oh, there's so much to dissect with that fight. And I mean, it is genuinely one of the best written sagas.
Yes. Here's the thing, like, 23rd World Tournament, you know, Goku versus Majunu, that'll always be my favorite fight. But if someone were to tell me, I think Goku versus Frieza is a better fight, I wouldn't even argue with them. Because this is like the most neck and neck shit to me ever of all time. Because, I mean, this is Dragon Ball, bro. Like, when people think of Dragon Ball, they think of this. There's a reason why. This is like the most iconic clash in like anime history, dude. It's like not even close.
Exactly.
And dude, okay, here's the thing. I've seen the Super Saiyan moment 40 quadrillion times in my life. Either from watching it, hearing about it, seeing people react to it, you know, or in the games, you know, I've seen it all. You know, and I always love seeing it getting adapted, but, you know, for me, I've had my fair share of it. Every time I see it, it's neat, but, you know, it doesn't shock me anymore. No. Do you want to talk about your reaction to this?
So, watching it and seeing Krillin just pop like a fucking balloon, I was like, no! Krillin! And then I was worried about Gohan, and then I see Goku just kind of losing it, and I was like, what's going on here? I was kind of like in my head, I was like, what's happening? And I saw the little flash at the start of the transformation. I was like, no! And I lost it. We were yelling into the night about it. I was like, it was so well animated. It looked so fucking cool.
It was beautiful. It was really what. I mean it. Like I was here with them for the entire reaction. I don't think there was a single better reaction to anything in the whole franchise than that moment. it does not matter how iconic this format is, how well known it is. Seeing the origin of it happen, like there's a reason why he's the greatest form in all of fucking fiction, bro. There's a reason.
He really is the legendary Super Saiyan.
Anyway, we don't even gotta really discuss this. This is the easiest 10 out of 10.
Easiest 10 out of 10.
And in fact, I won't even argue with you on this. I'm putting it right here. I think we can both agree.
That's fair. Alrighty.
Alright, so this is gonna be the final one we're gonna be ranking for part 1 of the video. But yeah, let's talk Android/Cell Saga.
Oh boy. Oh, dude. I'm sorry, after coming off of like the Frieza saga, it was insane. It was like there's no way they're gonna be able to top this, and somehow they basically matched it, in my opinion. They introduced so many fun characters. Future Trunks, the androids, and the legendary Cell. I mean it. So many characters that I just love. Gohan gets so much good development this arc, and it genuinely made me. This arc made me like Gohan as much as I do. Gohan is one of my favorite characters because of this arc. And then obviously Future Trunks is just cool as fuck and is genuinely so fun throughout the series. Just I really like the interactions between Future Trunks and Vegeta. They're some of the best like character dynamics within this. Cell obviously is an amazing villain that like at the start you're like it's almost like a horror movie in a sense. Like
I feel like that's one part of this arc that's like super underrated is Perfect Cell he's perfect, bro. He's awesome. But those like that first time where like we don't know what Cell looks like yet, or in like that first time he appears, bro, like that is scary, bro.
That is
like
some
horror villain for me
type
like
shit.
Demon Kid, Piccolo, killing Shenron. Yes, that is the scariest thing in all of Dragon Ball, I think, because it's like he's killed a mystical fucking dragon, man. But like, I mean, Cell literally like slaughtering and eating like towns of people, like that is like
Terrifying.
number 2 basically. That is actually scary.
Terrifying. Also, I really think the androids were neat in this arc. I think the idea of the androids, I really like the idea behind them. Their personalities are also pretty fun. 16 was, I really like 16. I hate that in a lot of games 16 is kind of ass, but like in the actual show 16 was probably my favorite. Was somehow the most robotic, and yet there were so many times he felt so human with a lot of his emotions about animals and such. And I, as someone who is very like nature enthusiast myself, it struck home with me. Also, Future Trunks is so cool. Like I can't even lie.
Let's go.
If they let those androids free, it'll be the end of us. No.
Well, there's your preview, guys. I'm gonna have to record that scene later.
But it's so good. And then what need I say about Perfect Cell, man?
Yeah. I will. Here's what I'll say. Like I've seen this arc so many times that like I feel like I don't have too much to add at this point. But I can't deny the first time I saw this when I was younger, like this arc moved me, and it was easily my favorite when I was a little kid, like by far. Now I feel a little bit less moved by it, only because like I've had it sit in my mind for like years and years and years. But yeah, revisiting it, like I can acknowledge how good it is. Like really, it's so good, man. And I think the first 2 like thirds of this arc, they kind of get downplayed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they aren't like the most peak spectacular always, but I've never had a problem with it. Again, for me it's similar to Frieza Saga, where like, okay, let's say you don't really care for the Zarbon and Dodoria section. I don't think there's anybody who straight up says those sections are bad. They just said like I just wasn't my favorite, right? Like that's exactly how I feel about the first 2/3 of this arc. Is that like I feel like in what reality, like even if you didn't really care for the android section, even if you didn't care for 19 and 20, there's no way you were saying these are bad. Like they're just not your favorite. And it's like this arc is just so consistently has the same consistent quality as it goes, and obviously the Cell games itself is
Yeah. They introduced
So
the most
good.
legendary character of all. The one, the only, Mr. Satan!
Mr. Satan!
Mr. Satan. I am the
Mr. Satan!
Uh,
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, I don't need to talk about how good Goku vs. Cell is. One of the best animated fights in Dragon Ball history, even including all the modern shit.
Father Son Kamehameha.
And then
Oh.
I really do stand by that the Gohan versus Cell. I've always stand by that it's not the greatest fight ever, but that does not matter at all because it's carried by the story. That's what's going on. There's barely a fight there because it's essentially Gohan not fighting back, and then once once Gohan starts fighting back, he essentially just like 3-taps him, and it's over, right? And then Cell blows up. But what carries that end section so strong is that the story there is so phenomenal, and I genuinely think it's the only thing that ever reaches the height that this does. And it'll never, ever like not leave a huge impact on me when I watch it, bro. It always hits so hard, and that Super Saiyan 2 transformation it's so legendary. Again, I mean it. It's literally the only scene that could ever hold a candle to the original Super Saiyan scene. Like,
Exactly.
It's really great stuff. You know, I think it's time to rate it. We love this arc.
10 out of 10.
10
I
out of 10.
need not say more.
And I think we're both in agreement under Frieza, though, right?
Yes, 100%.
And again, even I can admit, yeah, probably a better arc. But I like this fight more. I always stand by that. All right, well, that's going to do it for part 1 of the video. Make sure to tune in for part 2 to see the rest of our rankings. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Bye!
Ta-ta!